Oh man, I thought it doesn't get any greener than the Grinch, but obviously it does, and here it is. The 2021 Kenny Hickey Solo-6 Schecter Signature Baritone for Kenny Hickey. The color is called Steel Green, as in Peter Steele, and you really have to see it in person to appreciate it. Besides this vibrant color, there is so much going on here. You've probably noticed the Sustainiac in the neck position. What do we got here? A Seymour Duncan SH4, the Sustainiac, master volume, master tone, and a kill switch. These are the controls for the Sustainiac. It is a 26.5 inch scale length baritone guitar, and it has those interesting green inlays. It also features Schecter branded locking tuners. Here's a look at them. They lock from the back, and product of Finland. What is this about? Ooh, interesting neck joint. Good access to the high frets. Here's the battery for the Sustainiac. It's overall a cool guitar, a new one from 2021, and I'm very lucky to have it here. A friend of mine just bought it and he gave it to me for the review. Look at those inlays, they look like duct tape. I can't wait to throw this thing on the workbench, see what it's made of. So much going on. I'm gonna tell you who Kenny Hickey is. Typo Negative fans probably already know, but for the rest of you. Ooh, a locking bridge and tailpiece, always good to have them. Before I go in further detail about Kenny Hickey's history with guitars and this particular Schecter, I want to talk about the Sustainiac. The Sustainiac Stealth Pro is designed and manufactured by Maniac Music Incorporated in Indianapolis, Indiana, USA. I'm gonna share with you some information from their official website and from personal experience. They claim that you can get screaming feedback sustain at any volume at home, in the studio, or on stage. You can morph the sustained string vibration into cool sounding harmonics during a solo by using the harmonic mode control. This allows you to give your solos character and originality in a way that was previously only possible by getting feedback from your amp at dangerously loud levels. It is similar to amp feedback, except that the feedback sustain is more predictable and much easier to achieve. And I try to demonstrate this later on in my demo. Some of you might say that this feels similar to the E-bow, for example, but you have so much more control here because your picking hand is free. And if you put it on a Floyd Rose guitar, it gets even crazier. Just check out some of Sinister Gates from Avenged Sevenfold live performances. But on to the man of the hour. Kenneth Sean Hickey is the co-founder, guitarist and backing vocalist of the gothic metal band Typo Negative. He is also the vocalist of the current heavy metal band Silvertomb and was the co-founder of Seventh Void. All three bands also feature fellow Typo Negative member Johnny Kerry on drums. Hickey is also occasionally the touring guitarist for Danzig, an interesting fact that I didn't know. In the early days of Typo Negative, Hickey could be seen playing a Black Gibson Flying V. He played this for the music video of Christian Woman. He then switched to a Black Gibson SG, to which he added green accessories, knobs and pickups and a green painted fretboard. In the late 90s he used a couple of Fernandez guitars, such as the Raven Elite Sustainer and the Revolver Sustainer, with the green additions like the previous SG. Then we arrive to the year 2007, when he began using Schecter guitars, most prominently a green C1 baritone. Unlike his previous guitars, this has true green inlays, exposed pickups, a Seymour Duncan SH4 JB bridge and a Sustainiac neck pickup as the guitar that I have today. It's not easy being green, I guess. As usual, I try to give you a look of the official specs if I have them, and here they are. We have mahogany body, no maple cap. The baritone neck is made out of mahogany and walnut multiply reinforced with carbon rods. The fingerboard is made out of rosewood and it has 24 jumbo frets on it. The unusual green block inlays go well together with the overall theme of the guitar. Locking Schecter tuners, locking bridge and tailpiece, Sustainiac at the neck position and Seymour Duncan SH4 at the bridge. Master volume, master tone, and that's not even in the official specs, that's a kill switch. Here we have the controls for the Sustainiac, on and off switch and the mode selector. It has 3 modes. Then we got a 3-way switch here at the top. Once you get acquainted with all the controls, playing this guitar feels pretty natural. let's go further in depth with the cavities. Interesting, the black and green theme continues under the pickups. We have shielding paint at the bridge, but we don't at the neck. The long neck tenon is not a surprise. This is a big baritone neck and it needs all the contact surface. What is surprising is the way they routed the electronics for the three-way switch. Look at the way they've drilled through the neck tenon to get to the three-way switch. The cables go further through the body and reach the back with the electronics, but I've never seen someone drill a neck tenon like this just to get to a three-way switch. Maybe the guys at Schecter were afraid that there's not gonna be enough space under the pickup because of the circuit board of the Sustainiac, so they drilled as low as possible. Look at the bridge cavity though. We have some shielding paint here on the bottom, not on the sides obviously, only here on the bottom. I don't know what's the deal with this paint. Some manufacturers apply it to the entire cavity, others don't. They try to save up on it or something. Enough about the holes, let's see those pickups. You probably noticed that one of the pickups looks a bit different than usual, and it is. This is called a Sustainiac. I had one of those originally installed in my Schecter Sinister Custom Gates guitar. Here is the official info. The Sustainiac sustain system drives the strings of an electric guitar into infinite feedback sustain of string vibrations by electromagnetic feedback. You control the feedback sustain by simple hand muting of the strings that you're not playing. The first and one of most important parts of the Sustainiac system is the driver that replaces your neck pickup. This can be ordered in a single coil or humbucker size, and it makes sense because you see one of the coils is actually hollow. It's just a cap on top, so it makes it look like a humbucker. So the driver is single coil size and it sounds like a single coil pickup. Again, you got the Sustainiac driver, you got the Sustainiac controls, and then on the back of the guitar you got the Sustainiac circuit board. The bottom side of the Sustainiac, made in USA in Indiana, compliance regulations, and it has been made in 2021. At the bridge we have the legendary Seymour Duncan SH4 JB high output pickup. This one was made in 2021. The interesting thing about it, it has this black chrome cap that goes together with the hardware, but I don't see it in the official Seymour Duncan website listed as a color, so maybe it's custom for this guitar. The control scheme is, as I already pointed out, on and off switch for the Sustainiac, the 3 modes again for the Sustainiac, then you got the kill switch, master tone and a master volume. Now let's measure those pickups. I already know what to expect from the Seymour Duncan, but I'm curious what the Sustainiac will show, if it will show anything at all. So for the Seymour Duncan we have a hot 15.64. The single coil Sustainiac driver is at 1663. I wanna switch over to the Seymour Duncan and see if the kill switch works. Let's see what happens. Yep, it works. It kills it. Let's see if anything changes when I turn on the Sustainiac. Nope, nothing happens. We have a Tone Pro locking bridge and tailpiece, and the bridge is a bit hard to pull out even when it's unlocked. The exact model designation is Tone Pro T3BT black chrome that matches the rest of the hardware. Here it is. It uses those 2 bolts to lock with an Allen wrench, and the struts are screwdriver and thumb wheel adjustable. And this is the Tone Pro T1Z locking tailpiece. It uses those Allen bolts to lock in place. The neck on the Kenny Hickey signature is obviously important since this is a baritone 26.5 inch scale length, 24 jumbo frets, and the neck itself is made out of maple and walnut multiply reinforced with carbon rods. Set neck construction with an extreme access to the high frets, and you've seen the long neck tenon under the pickup. We got black binding on the neck, white side dot inlays, and here's a closer look of those interesting green block inlays. Almost made to look like the duct tape Kenny Hickey used on his other guitars. The nut is 42mm wide or 1.65 inch. The 12th fret measures at 52mm or 2.04 inches. The neck thickness at the first fret is 19.6mm or 0.77 inch. Thickness at the 12th fret 22mm or 0.86 inch. The fretboard radius is shreddy, 14 inches or 355 millimeters throughout. The neck profile at the 1st and 12th frets is thin C, no wonder that it feels comfortable to me. Pretty good high fret access as well through this neck heel. The nut is black tusk XL and you can see the specs written on it. Truss rod is 4mm Allen wrench adjustable. The truss rod hole is capped with this black Kenny Hickey signature cover, white on the bottom, black on the top, glass, uses one screw to fix in place. The headstock features these Schecter locking tuners and I wanted to show you something cool, guys, because it's really hard to take photos of the logo. It changes color depending on the angle that you're looking at it from. From one angle it's like black color, from other is chrome. The logo itself is chrome, Schecter Diamond Series on top, and this ornament here between the tuners. The back of the guitar definitely has some interesting features. Here we have the routing for the 3-way switch. Schecter didn't cheap out on the shielding paint, it's definitely needed here around the 3-way switch, and it has it. And then we got the electronics compartment, so much room for activities, but it has so much going on. First of all, we have the volume pot, Ginsung, made in Korea, 500K, and I'm assuming the same for the tone. And then we have the kill switch over here, and the control module for the Sustainiac, made in USA, revision 6.0, made in 2021, and some sort of quick connect system for it. Here is the routing for the output jack. Now I'm gonna show you one of the things that I don't like about this guitar. I'm not at all happy with this crappy plastic box for the 9V battery. First of all, it opened really hard, it doesn't open all the way, and it is hard to remove the battery from it. I'm gonna use a screwdriver to remove it and show you the cavity. This is the box, battery out of the way, it is held in place by those 4 screws. I'm not gonna try to remove it because I fear that I will break it, it is that crappy made. Nothing to show you underneath anyway, it is just paint. Be careful with it, it feels flimsy. And something else funny that I wanted to show you, the 9V battery fits in the compartment for the 3-way switch. I'm not sure why Schecter chose to make this cavity so wide and big, but it's a fact. I'm gonna show you the backplate cover for the electronics compartment, set up to play by Schecter, shielding on the back side. And the one for the 3-way switch looks like this, also shielded from the back side. This is what the back of the body looks like with the covers installed. Features a couple of cutaways. First of all, this comfort cutaway for high fret access, and on the top of the guitar there is the belly cutaway. The output jack has this over chrome plate. We have the original strap buttons on the back and the front. I am digging the neck joint construction on this Schecter, it is comfortable for me. The neck is of course maple and walnut reinforced with carbon rods, gloss finish, and a small volute near the headstock. Then we got the serial number W2111, made in 2021 November in South Korea. Back locking Schecter branded tuners, and they've installed them kind of crooked on this guitar, so my friend is gonna fix them eventually. Then we got product of Vinland and the Vinland flag that was designed by Typo Negative, and I'm gonna give you some information underneath. That's it for the guitar, let's put the strings back on and weigh it. I expected it to be heavier, 3677 grams or 8.10 pounds, almost the same weight as the Grinch. what do I think about this guitar? Well, I like it. I like Schecter guitars overall. And this one is quite different from the others. Even if you are used to the Solo-6 series, this one, trust me, feels way different. First of all, it's a 26.5-inch baritone, and the Sustainiac makes it so much cooler to work with. Not to mention the cool color and the inlays. I had this guitar in the shop for a week or two now, and everybody seems to have some sort of a reaction to it. Of course, there are some things that I don't like. I don't like the fact that it doesn't come with a case. They could have made a black case with some green stitching and a logo on it or something. I mean, it's a signature guitar, go all the way. But Schecter doesn't do that. They didn't include a case with the Sinister Custom as well. I don't like the fact that the tuners were installed crookedly in the factory. I don't like the cheap battery box. Other than that, it's a great guitar. It can be improved, and my friend is gonna improve it. He's gonna black out the entire hardware, and maybe I'll show you the guitar after he's done with it. Should you buy this guitar if you're a Type O Negative fan? The answer is definitely yes. If you like Kenny Hickey, if you like Type O, get this guitar. It's great. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. Like and subscribe.